What is up, guys, and welcome to another episode of my Hybrid Squad Builder series. Now, apologies if my voice is a little strange. I have actually come down with a really dry cough, and it is kind of hard to speak without kind of like coughing up every second. So I am really trying my hardest to not make this a bad commentary for you guys, and just make sure you really do enjoy the video to the best of my ability. So apologies on that front if it does, muck up at any time. But we are actually using the Elgato gaming capture for this episode. This probably will be the device that I'll be using for all my future videos. It for me is a really good device, and just it has everything that I've sort of wanted in a capture device. The HD PVR was always sort of a bit messy with the cables and stuff like that, but with this device it's just clean cut, modern, and exactly really what you want from modern times or whatever. So but enough on that. A full review will be coming soon, and just so you guys know, I don't get paid for saying that. That is completely off my own back, and I'm just saying that because a lot of people thought I was getting paid for giving good words about this device, when really it is just my own thoughts. So let's move on to the team now. As you can see here, we are using a 4-2-3-1 formation, and as you can see here, our goalkeeper is going to be Adler. Overall, a standard goalkeeper. I think his rating is very overrated for how good he is in game. He's one of them players where you're going to be paying 1.1k for him, and an 84 card for 1.1k, you can tell already it's not going to be the most amazing card in the world. But I just wanted to try something new, and I think Adler was a player that I'd never really used before, so I tried him out, and he's fairly decent, worth 1.1k, that's for sure. But let's move on to the first centre back now. As you can see here, we've got Howards. He plays for FC Schalke in the Bundesliga. He's got 71 pace, which is pretty decent for a centre-back. Also has 80 defending and 80 heading. For me, pretty good centre-back. Can lack in pace quite a bit though. When you have the likes of Torres, Aguero coming up against you, every other game, it can be quite frustrating. But let's move on to the second centre-back now. We have got a silver player. He is actually from the Korean league and has 86 pace, which is absolutely outstanding. He's got 72 defending as well, and also 67 heading. Overall, amazing player. Cost me 4.5k, which for me is an incredible bargain. And just for me, definitely worth the coins if you have got them to build this team. So let's move on to the right back now. And as you see here, we've got this bronze right back. He has got 93 pace for a bronze right back. I think that is even better than Dani Alves' normal card. I'm not too sure if it's better than his Team of the Year card, but it definitely is the best and quickest bronze right back in the game, from what I know. I think Norder might even be 91 or 92, I'm not too sure. But for me, I think this guy is definitely the paciest bronze right back in the game. But he only cost me, as you can see here, 1.2k, and for them stats and how good he plays in game, he is just insane. So let's move on to the left back now. As you can see here, we've got Panda, incredible free kick taker, and just for his stats, pretty decent. But I think the only stat that does let him down is his pace. Everything else is supreme, and definitely well up there over the best. He does have stats pretty much exactly the same as Yaya Toure's, but for a left back you kind of need a bit more pace than 76, but he does the job, and that is most important. So let's move on to the first centre defensive mid now. And see here, we've got Soto, and he is kind of just a chemistry filler, but he's one of them players where if you use him around good players, I think you can really bring out the best of just a duff normal silver player. And I think a lot of people sort of overlook these players because they don't have 80 stats for a silver, but when really these players are actually bringing out really good passes. They're actually playing well within a team amongst other players in their formation, chemistry and leagues and stuff like that. So I think it is important to try other players, just to try and make Ultimate Team not boring, and just something different for you guys to do. So overall, decent player, definitely worth the coins. I only paid 750 coins for him, so you can't really go wrong at all. Let's move on to the second centre defensive mid now. As you can see here, we've got Molina, one of the only 4-star skillers in the team, and he has got 74 pace, 75 shooting, and 73 dribbling. They are his 3 standout stats. But he is actually usually a centre forward, but for me, I really wanted to play him in centre defensive mid. 1, for chemistry reasons, and for 2, I don't think there's enough pace for a centre forward. I personally think you need at least 8 pace for a centre forward, but that is obviously my opinion. He cost me 11,500 coins, which for me, again, is kind of overpaying for him. He does play very well on game, but you know, I think you can pick him up cheaper if you did try hard enough. But like I said, changing him from a centre forward to a centre defensive mid is going to cost a bomb, so I appreciate the fact that I did actually pay kind of cheap for him on that front. So let's move on to this first centre attacker mid now. As you can see here, we've got the transferred Virinha. He's actually been transferred for quite a while, but he actually plays for Wolfsburg now in the Bundesliga, and he's got 92 pace, 77 shooting, 73 passing, and 84 dribbling. He actually has 4-star skills as well, so he can do the Rabona. No, sorry, not the Rabona. You know, roulette, step overs, rainbow flick and stuff like that. So he's a good player, one that I think you kind of have to get used to. In my opinion, he has a lot of pace and is by far the paciest attacker in our team. But you know, honestly, you can't go wrong for 1.5k. You know, 92 pace and a 4-star skiller. That is a very, very cheap. So let's check out the final centre attacker mid now, and we've got Reina. He actually plays in the Senato K League as well as Molina, and also the right back and centre back. 84 pace is his standout stat, and then he has 73 dribbling, which is, you know, pretty decent for a silver player at any cost. So he cost me, as you can see here, 2,000 coins, which is kind of overpaying for him. You probably could pick him up cheaper, but for chemistry reasons, I couldn't really go wrong, because them two, Molina and Reina, will have a really, really good link there between them two, and hopefully that does show in the goals at the end. So let's check out the centre forward now. As you can see here, we have got Ramos. He plays in the Bundesliga and is a very, very good player. I love finding players like this because they're just non-shiny rare gold players, and they're players which I don't think anyone has really ever used before. Again, always overlooked and thought, you know, oh, that's rubbish, I'm not going to use that player at all. But when really, and in matter of fact, he is a really, really good underrated player. He's got 80 pace, 71 shooting, and 75 dribbling, and then he also has 79 heading to top that as well. So overall, really decent player when you play him alongside with a striker. Like I said, not the most amazing pace in the world, but he only costs me 450 coins, and you can't really go wrong with that at all. He's played 4 games and has also scored 5 goals for me. So, you know, like I said, you can't go wrong. That is definitely worth it, and he also is 6'1". And for people saying I haven't played enough games with him, I've probably played around 5 games as well with my mates. You know, Hard 77 I play against quite a lot, and you know, just other YouTubers and people that I have on my friends list. So let's get on to the striker now. As you can see here, we have got Dost, the actually transferred version, and he plays for Wolfsburg, the same as Virinha. And as you can see here, he has the highest rating shooting stat on a shiny silver player. So you won't find any other player in the silver market which has higher shooting than him that isn't in an inform or anything. So very, very decent. He is actually an up version of a previous card, but overall for him, he is very, very slow. That is one downfall, but he does have a lot of strength, and his passing, well, not passing, sorry, shooting can be very, very good at times as well. That includes his finesse and also his power. So that's going to be the team, guys. I hope you have enjoyed the video. Hopefully it's something different than you have seen from usual, and it includes a few players that you guys have never really used before and always overlooked. So hopefully you guys can enjoy it, the goals at the end, and if you have, then please do drop a like. Also give me some thoughts on the Elgato gaming capture quality, whether you think it's better than HD PVR or not. Just let me know, and it could be good to hear your thoughts and opinions on, you know, whether I actually need to sort out the settings and stuff like that behind the scenes. So thanks for watching, guys. Hit the like button if you have enjoyed the video, and peace.